Folks, let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, welcome to episode 40 of the Lab Podcast. We got Quay, Josh, and a special guest today, Arthur. How y'all doing today, boys?
What's the word, man?
What's the word?
Nothing much. You know, we out here in a crazy time. You know, everyone getting canceled these days. So, you know, we got to jump right into it. You know, this boy
Well,
Kanye.
hold on. You finna go right into it.
I'm gonna go right into it.
Let's intro. We got to intro Arthur. We got Arthur on the pod today.
What's the word, y'all? How y'all doing?
We got Arthur on the pod today. And we brought
You want to
him
reset
in.
it then?
No, it's fine. If you
Bet it
want. We got him on the pod today, so we're gonna talk about the Kanye shit. We're gonna talk about the Kyrie shit because obviously everybody see that shit everywhere. It ain't no ignoring that shit. And bro got some knowledge on the shit, so we're gonna get into it. Yeah, you feel me? Talk about what's fact and what's not.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So we gonna start with Kanye shit. What's new with Kanye since last week?
That boy got hospitalized in the handcuffs or whatnot.
Oh no, that's from 2016, but we should talk about that.
Okay.
What do you call it? So apparently, Kanye's trainer Harley sent him text messages where he was basically telling him like, if you don't calm your ass down, I'll get you hospitalized again, and you basically gonna be living like in a cartoon for the rest of your life. Like being with your kids just won't hit the same if you off them drugs. That we gonna get you put on. And then the motherfuckers went back to when he got hospitalized when he was with the Kardashians, and it was from his trainer calling them and saying that he was acting erratically. So people basically saying like, nigga, y'all are maliciously like using this nigga mental health against him.
That's just
damn. Yeah.
That's he was moving like a zombie, bro. Like they had him drugged up for real.
That shit's scary, but bro.
The crazy part with that is him dropping them texts. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it, but all he pretty much did was expose the validity of MK Ultra. I don't know if y'all ever heard of that or not, but that's when they people always talk about how they be cloning and like handling these
brainwashing motherfuckers.
You said what?
Yeah, brainwashing and shit. Like,
yeah. They be handling them. So he pretty much exposed like this nigga Harvey or whatever his name was. I forgot.
His ass is a handler on phone now.
He say that's my hand. He trying to handle me, bro. And he pretty much just put that on the forefront to the point where now you can't put this derogatory term of conspiracy theory on it no more. You know what I'm saying? He just exposes his facts and he released the screenshots of it. He got the receipts.
That shit's scary, bro.
I'm gonna need you to go in a little bit more depth, though. I ain't never heard of these little handlers and all of this.
So MK Ultra is pretty much all right. So just to give you an example of it, you remember when Gucci got out of jail and everybody kept saying Gucci a clone, Gucci a clone.
Yep.
Same concept. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much they be on some. They pretty much got these celebrities and so on and so forth on all of these different drugs and medications to the point where I can get you to say and do what I need you to do for my purposes. You know what I'm saying? For whatever I need to, whatever philosophy I want to forward within the world. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call these people influencers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When the last time you really heard them call these people celebrities? They call them influencers for a reason. Because they understand that they really influence the rest of society. You feel what I'm saying? So that's really all they be on with these celebrities. So that's why, like even taking Kanye for an example, right? Even with that Drink Champs interview, I didn't get to see the whole thing, but from everything that I did see, the biggest thing of it was when he kept saying, "I'm gonna fuck your bitch, I'm gonna kill this nigga, I'm gonna fuck your bitch, I'm gonna kill this nigga."
He was like, "If I really want to be anti-Semitic, I'm gonna say this over a beat."
You know what I'm saying? And that's real Holyfield. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they influence our people. It's no coincidence that when gangster rap appeared, the violence in our communities skyrocketed. You know what I'm saying? Because we really do be influenced by the music.
It's like the chicken and the egg for me. Which one do you think came first, the violence or the gangster rap?
I think the violence came first. The gangster rap was only an outlet to express what violence they was experiencing. But then the white people came and, you know what I'm saying, put bread to the gangster rap, you feel me, to monetize the experiences that they having. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, the violence was first, but the gangster rap highlighted it even more.
That's so crazy when you think about it, folks. I'm creating the environment where y'all fight each other. Then the ones that y'all get out of there, I'm gonna monetize y'all. And me monetizing y'all damn near makes the shit that's happening worse. That's like, think about that shit.
Because we lived through it. Like with the whole 2012 drill Chicago scene. Chicago was crazy before that popped off. You know what I'm saying? But once you start getting songs like niggas claim 300, but we BDK, niggas going crazier now because like now, okay, you dissing me on a worldwide scale and I'm not voting for that. You know what I'm saying?
This fucking motherfucker gonna get huge.
You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, the motherfuckers just talking about it like when niggas started saying like Tuka Pack and shit, like, yo, that's really fucked up, bro. Like, damn, that's tough to say. Bro.
That's a whole ass person, folks.
These little white kids don't even know what that is. They be saying that shit.
At all, but being your deep.
But I feel like it's a double-edged sword. Because like if he wasn't in the song, would anybody know who he is? Like would he live on still? Or does the fact that they're dissing him in it kind of ruin it?
What you mean? Can you say that?
Because like the entire world knows who some of these people ops are, and they're memorialized in death off the strength that they were. You feel me? Their names were put in songs, whereas if they had never rapped about them, they would just be another nigga that died in Chicago.
Yeah,
but
they would be.
But at the same time, though, what did they really memorialize about him? We don't know nothing about Tuka.
Other than
That's
the
true.
name.
That's what I was just asking.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know how he lived his life. I mean, we got an idea of how he lived his life, but we don't know what he stood.
We don't know this nigga, period. Yeah, we don't know this nigga at all.
You know what I'm saying? All we know was he was from over there.
He was from over there, and yeah, that's tough.
You know what I'm saying?
He was into it with them from over there.
Like, it was a part of a bar that was catchy to motherfuckers, and it just took its own form. That's all it is.
Shit, wow.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I be saying about like the vibrations and rap music. Like when we had Face on here that one day, and we was talking about like the vibrations of that Beyonce album. It's like, bro, that shit is real. Like that controls, like it influences your behavior, it influences your emotion. Like, and then just imagine you listen to this heavy drill shit, and it's hella niggas in here, y'all off the drugs, and y'all listen to this heavy drill shit. I see why y'all need to go through some.
What we finna do? Listen to some R&B? We finna be a room 20 deep, listen to R&B together?
But I'm saying, but think about it like this though. This is the crazy part. Like people understand how the vibrations of music affect you in certain aspects, right? Like when you finna go smash a shorty, what you finna put on?
You see what I'm saying?
You understand what this song over here finna do to you. You know what Take You Down by Chris Brown finna do. But we don't keep that same aspect and that same mindset when they come to, you know what I'm saying? We don't keep that same aspect or mindset when it comes to drill music or whatever, or Who I Smoke. We don't think about it the same way.
I ain't gonna lie, that Who I Smoke shit hard. They should have did that. They should have did that. They shouldn't have did that, but that shit was hard. Yeah, they should have did that. It was hard though.
Because it sounds good. It sounds great. You know what I'm saying? But you got to understand what you putting into your spirit and how that's going to affect your day-to-day life, your day-to-day movement.
No, that shit real, fool. That shit real.
Speaking of day-to-day movement, we haven't potted since Takeoff. So RIP to Takeoff. I just realized that shit happened like the day after we potted down there.
There's, it's crazy, bro. Like this news, bro. Like it's like I don't even know how to describe it.
I see a motherfucker die on my timeline every day, G.
Every other day, and it's always something even crazier and crazier. It's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. That's it. And the kill is like, it's these companies. They put it out as soon as you wake up. That shit on your phone. You see the shit from the second you touch your phone. Like,
bro, shit. What you call it? Anytime a celebrity dies, I get a Twitter notification instantly. I'm like, damn. Like, imagine if you like a family member or whatnot. Exactly, and that's you get notified by Twitter first.
And they got the video, so that's the kill. They got the video.
The video, bro. Like when Kobe died, bro. I found out off of Twitter. I'm like, this got to be some little fake page. No, it's not.
That's Twitter. That day because me, Quay, and Josh was on the phone,
bro. And it's
like, that shit was crazy. That was just like, damn.
That shit don't make no sense.
We was on the phone.
So it was the same shit on the same shit on Takeoff diet. First thing I see, TMZ Takeoff passed
But
away.
TMZ moved like the motherfucking FBI. If it's a video to be had, they gonna get that motherfucker.
That shit over with. So all right. So who, not to put the blame game on anybody, but who fault is this?
It's a nigga moment, bro. That's why you don't.
That's a nigga moment.
That's why you don't gamble with people that you don't know, bro.
And then what you call it?
You can say it.
What's his name? Sauce Walker was talking mad shit.
Say what you want to say.
I'm saying, to me, bro, niggas ain't gonna like it, but it's you reap what you sow. What you put out there is coming back for you. Like this, niggas been talking about in music for however long, G. Niggas talk about wickedness in music on the regular, and then, and it's not even just about Takeoff per se. It's about like this shit that be happening with rappers in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talk about wickedness all day long, and then niggas like, I don't care, this shit bumping. But then when niggas die, like, damn, I wonder why this happened to him. Well, the nigga been telling you this for the past 3 years. That's just how I be looking at it. Like, it's tragic, it's unfortunate that it happened, but I just can't sit here and act like I don't know where it came from.
But I also think this is what happens when you don't fully remove yourself from hood
from
shit.
Those situations.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you shooting dice in the middle of the night outside the venue, like in the hallway?
Yes,
trying to argue with motherfuckers, like with niggas you don't know. Like,
I see it as my analogy is like, you put your hand on the stove and you just keep that shit there. Of course, you're gonna burn yourself because your shit gonna get hot. If you remove your shit and get the fuck out of Dodge, ain't shit gonna happen, bro. Yeah. Like, just remove yourself from these situations so you don't put yourself in this unfortunate outcome. Hey, literally a prime example. Hey, what did he do? He moved his ass out to LA. You don't hear shit about this.
Lil Bibby did the exact same shit. That nigga him in the music industry. Not even off him making music on some executive shit.
Literally just remove yourself, dog. And shit, it's not like Keith still don't bump. I still like Keith shit still bump. His ass just out the way. He's not on no dumb shit.
Motherfuckers gonna bring dumb shit to you, no matter the race.
That is true.
If you hang with motherfuckers that's underneath your level of where you, like how you live, they gonna bring you some shit.
That's why you gotta watch your circle real close, bro. You can't just hang around motherfuckers who's just like been on that same shit since 2012 type shit. Like your circle is gonna. Your circle is a reflection around you, bro. It's like all of that. Your circle, your shorty, all of that is going to be a reflection of you. If you don't want to have a bad perception on your life and shit, don't hang around those fucked up people. It's as simple as that. Of course, you're going to know X, Y, and Z, but it's like, I keep it pushing at the end of the day.
But see, that's the kill though, bro. We say this shit, but like in reality, bro, like how simple is that to be? Like, say for example, you grow up
very simple.
You grew up in that scenario, like you grew up in that area. You feel me? Like, take it away from Takeoff. Take it to you feel me? Like more of a regular person. You feel me? If it could be any way to get them out of that. You see what I'm saying? Like, these your people. These are your
nigga. Do you want to live? Do you want to live? That's what it comes down to. Fuck all the other shit you want to see your people's. Do you want to live or not?
Niggas gotta want to help themselves.
A lot of these niggas be suicidal for real. That's why they be on the internet dissing their ops, being disrespectful. They be missing their homies and they be suicidal. They don't be caring about if they die or not. Exactly. That's really what it comes down to.
That's tough.
When they come to want to help,
that's why you gotta take care of you first, dog. If you don't take care of you first, dog,
you can't help nobody else if you're not straight. It's just not gonna work.
That's the biggest fucking tweet of the day, bro. Like people talking about, hey, can you help me out with this? Can you help me out with that? No, I can't. I gotta help myself first before I can help X, Y, and Z. Fuck that, bro. Don't.
See that is a tough part though. Like a lot of people who come from, like, you know what I'm saying, our communities and shit. When they come up, they gotta bring their family up too. Like, it ain't just them. You see what I'm saying? I gotta bring all these other motherfuckers up who ask me for shit. You feel me?
Hey, I'm gonna stop you right there, big dog. Because there's one simple word that allows you to get out of all of that. No. Literally, no, bro. Like, all right, you gotta hear me out though. I was just having this conversation.
Done, bro. Come on,
no, it's not, bro.
Everything is easier said than done. That don't mean you don't need to do it. Just because I see what Josh is saying, you might have a little sister or something that you take care of. But if that's the case, you need to figure out how you can move and take your little sister with you. Then
agreed.
It's not I can't move because I.
But
have
you can't. You don't need to like feel like okay. What are we all 25, right? So you don't have to feel like the whole world is on your shoulders type shit. Like, I'll take care of my little brother. You know, we keep it pushing day by day. And I'm going to do what I need to do. So I'm still progressing within the day, within my life, whatever, but still making sure little bro is still good at the end of the day. Like, I don't have to you shouldn't have to take care of your whole family. Even though, like, some people, you just like, that's the life that's the life they chose, bro. That's the life.
No, I get what he's saying is that at a certain point you have to put yourself first to be able to help them, or else you're gonna permanently be in a state of I get something and then I instantly give it away instead of okay, let me separate myself, build some shit up, and then I can put you in a position where you are getting shit yourself based off what I have done.
And then I remember I told him, like, don't hit me up for X, Y, and Z between this month and this month because I'm stacking my shit right now. If I give you everything I'm working for right now, we're going to stay fucking stagnant. We're not going to go nowhere. And now we're going to keep doing the same shit over and over and over again. And you need to learn how to be resourceful at the end of the day, dog.
Yeah, at a certain point, you got to learn for yourself.
Like, we learned this whole life shit out like everyone else. Like, it's not fair that we have to give back to our families and community X, Y, and Z. And you got Brad, Chad, and Susie over there that don't got to worry about that. Like, you say something to them, and it's like, oh, why are you doing that? Because we came from nothing. They trying to eat type shit. And it's not the case for your counterparts, things of that nature.
I feel like niggas care too much about how they look to other people. You know what I'm saying? What they image say. That's
true. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that's because of the lack of like self-worth that we've had historically?
Do I think it's because of the lack of self-worth?
Like we've been taught that we have no worth, so we feel like we need to be seen. Like we have to show that we have money, so that
actually have value.
I think as overall, I think like the macro version, I think yes. Like, but if you have to bubble it down to like each and every individual, I think it's going to like vary case by case.
Of course, but like on a grand level, like with the group, yeah, I would agree with that. That's actually a good synopsis of it. You know what I'm saying? Because the niggas really ain't never had nothing. You know what I'm saying? We coming from a generation of people who was actually denied the operation to, or not the operation, the opportunity to provide our lineages with generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? We came from a generation where they was giving out houses for $100. They told you, nah, you niggas can't have one though. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
crazy. Like, think about that, folks. Talk about that shit some more, because you probably know something about that too.
Because you got to think about it. We always hear that, like the easiest way to provide generational wealth for your family is to go into real estate or to have land. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with McDonald's. A lot of people don't know it, but McDonald's didn't start as a burger company.
Yeah, it's a real estate company.
Like, I want as many properties as I want to have, if I can have. And the easiest way for me to do that is to sell these burgers, and I'm going to use these burgers to buy these properties. So now think
That's
about
smart as hell.
Let's say McDonald's stopped selling burgers today. Think about how much land these niggas own, bro.
Yeah, they could live off leasing that shit. That shit crazy.
You feel me? So now,
a hell of a point.
If you take that into the aspect of our people, when they literally was denying people the opportunity to receive these loans, these home loans, just off the thought that, you black, you a nigga, we not giving you our money at all. You know what I'm saying? And that's when these houses was, let's say you could buy a house for 50 bands, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 with $50, $100 a month mortgage. I'm just throwing out numbers. No, do not quote me on that. I'm just throwing out numbers to paint a picture. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, okay, I can pay that off in 15 years, and now this building, this property is in my family forever. All they got to do is pay this band of property taxes every year. You feel what I'm saying? So now this is something that white people was afforded the opportunity to do
for years.
Generation to generation.
It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because, like, I remember one time I was having a conversation with one of my old coworkers. You feel me? And folks are, you know what I'm saying? He's a white guy, obviously. And he was talking about how, you know what I'm saying, the 80s and Ronald Reagan, how the economy was booming and how shit was going crazy. I'm like, bro, you feel me? Yeah, I understand for your community that may have been very, you know what I'm saying, beneficial for you, the 80s and then following in the 90s. They may have been very beneficial for your community, but the politics of that era destroy our community. Like, that's the kill. They so brainwashed, they don't even understand the opposite side of the growth that their community saw.
It's not that they don't understand. It's more so that they don't give a fuck.
It's an ignorance type of thing, dog.
Willful ignorance.
They know what's going on, and it's like you cannot, like, you literally, like, what am I trying to say?
Bro, we know they know.
You weren't provided, like think about it. Back in the day, black people weren't provided homes. You couldn't get a loan for a crib, and now all your counterparts able to grab a house, able to do this, able to do that. That value bills, triples, quadruples, whatever the case may be, and now you are owing so much money that other people cannot have because that's the way the government, the laws, and everything worked back then.
But G, we saying this wolf.
You gotta think about it, but you gotta think about it now still though. Like, you still got sundown towns, dog. Like, you literally can't even go there. You can't really buy shit in there. You can't do shit there.
That's what I'm saying. Don't spend your dollar there. That's what we need to understand, bro. You can select where you spend your dollar.
But then you're gonna have to realize you ain't gonna be spending your dollar nowhere. Because even if you go into the hood, do we own them stores in the hood? Hell no.
Do we even have stores in the hood?
Do we even have stores in the hood?
What you gonna spend? What bank you gonna put your bread in? What stock market you gonna exchange your money in? What
cleaner you gonna go to?
What forex country are you gonna invest in?
You know what makes it sad about all this though? Cause, like, when you're talking about what stores you got, you remember during 2020, 2021, we do all the riots. What they do, they tear down the only black stores you have in your neighborhood, and now you really don't got shit because the city ain't trying to put shit back there. Honestly, dog.
They siphoning all the bread out of that shit. That's why it looks like that.
Right. And they hope to make niggas. And this go back like when we were saying like it's willful ignorance. We can't even say it's just literally, bro. I feel like it's just that they don't give a fuck until it touched them. And another example of that is, let's say the difference between the crack epidemic and the opioid crisis, right? They put the crack in our community and was like, all right, cool. They seen it was fucking us up, and what was their response? Put these niggas in jail.
Nancy Reagan said, just say no to drugs.
And put their ass in jail, bro. So now you take the men out of our community. You know what I'm saying? We have so many single mothers growing up. They growing up with the mindset of, oh, we don't need a man. Men don't know how to be men because they didn't have men in their household no more, right? It's just long-lasting effects that fucked up our community. Let's fast forward now to this opioid crisis. These niggas ain't trying to put nobody in jail. Now they saying, you know what? Maybe we should just decriminalize all drugs. Because it's them now.
They should.
Now they give a fuck.
Honestly, what's scary with this opioid shit is it's some niggas that we went to high school with that still doing opioids, folks. Like, at a certain point, you a real addict, folks.
I'm gonna tell y'all.
You ain't got.
I was gonna talk about Boobie. No, I was gonna talk about Boobie, bro. Well, at least the story I heard about Boobie. But I'm gonna just hold that.
Yeah.
That's how.
Yeah.
We don't want to know.
It's speculation.
Not speculation, but yeah, that's just scary.
So, and that's why, like, and this all tie back into the conversation, like with Kanye and Kyrie. Whenever we get to it, like, motherfuckers think it's racism, but it's really nationalism. You know what I'm saying? It's nationalism. But we don't understand that because we don't understand what true nationalism is. Motherfuckers hear the word nationalism and think it's talking about the United States, Russia, China, Japan, when that really don't got shit to do with nothing. Even when if you look at Game of Thrones, right? Motherfuckers will tell you this is Rhaegar from House Targaryen, third of his name. That's nationality. Your name is your nationality. There's other shit.
Your lineage. I guess you're saying. Yeah.
There's other shit that niggas talking about, boy. We ain't motherfuckers calling us African American. Nigga, I ain't.
We are American. But that's what I've been telling.
I've been citizen in America for all my life. So how am I? How can I confidently say, yeah, I'm an African American? I've never been there. They sold me here, and then these niggas beat the shit out of my ancestors, and you want me to say, oh yeah, that's who I am. I take pride in them both.
And if you have any Native American in you, they massacred all your people.
What? That's why I don't do Thanksgiving.
But that's why I was saying the other day on the pod about like the specific people who were sold into slavery. That's what I was saying about like the whole bloodline shit. You see what I'm saying? That's really what we're talking about right now, nationality. That's really what it is. Like it was a specific people who were sold. And that's really what Kyrie and Kanye are really Kyrie specifically, because Kanye got a lot of other shit going on. But Kyrie specifically, that's what he talking about. Like even that movie that he posted, that's what they talking about. Like,
did you? So you watched the movie, right? Just to see like what it was about, right?
Yeah, just to see what was going on.
What is your take on it? Like,
wait for the viewers who do not know what movie are you talking about?
It's the movie Hebrew the Negro.
Wake Up Black America.
Wake Up Black America. Yeah, that's what it's called.
It's on Amazon. Nobody gives a fuck that it's on there, but they care that Kyrie posted it.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Off of that, remember that they get sales off that shit.
It's on Amazon. They want you to rent it for $12.99, but nobody's saying nothing about that.
How much was it to buy it?
I wonder how much of a bag they checked off of it. To
buy it is $50, bro. To purchase that movie is $50.
They don't give a fuck because it's making the Ishmael money. I don't want to say the whole thing because I don't want to get y'all podcast thrown out the window and shit. But them issues over there making bread off that shit. So they have to about it. As long as it don't get to the masses though.
But the crazy, I ain't gonna lie, they talking that black talk enough. Like if you want to hear some black talk,
right? Well, break it down, folks, because I don't think a lot of people are gonna buy it necessarily. So give it the breakdown.
So really, they going through the original. I'm not gonna say the original. They're going through the Jewish people of the Bible, and they're following their migration. The Judite, yes. See, I'm glad you're right.
You got to think about what Jewish means. What does the suffix ish mean?
Speak to that. What does that mean?
The suffix. If you put, okay, let's take it like this. If I say, yeah, that's purplish,
that means
it's not necessarily purple.
It's like that.
It's like
so you're saying, of. So you're saying of the Jews.
It's pertaining to. So if I'm saying Jewish, it's pertaining to the Jews, but it's not necessarily them per se.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So in the movie, it's going through these different bloodlines of people, right? So it's going through what bloodline of people were sold where. You feel me? Like how these people matriculated throughout the world. So it's not just saying that only black people in America.
So now I need to really watch Game of Thrones, bro, because that example, it really ties it together when you think about it in terms of like, okay, so this bloodline may have been darker skinned, so now they have less land than others. So then we somehow come together to move them somewhere, sell them somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Sell them somewhere, all throughout the world. You know what I'm saying?
Because with that, like, think about, so just to get like a little small synopsis of it, how even the Jews, how the Jews got to West Africa, right? You got to understand the history of the siege of Jerusalem in 70 AD.
And when you say Jews, you're speaking in the context of the black Jews or the
I don't like saying the word people. I don't use the word black. That's me. I don't use necessarily.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get clarification. My bad.
When I say Jews, so you got, when it comes to the Israelites, you got the Israelites, which are the people of the Bible, which translates into Hebrew to Yashar Allah, which means sons of the living power or princes of the living power. So that's the Israelites, okay? Within the Israelites, they had two kingdoms because they had a civil war. You can find that in the Book of Kings. First and Second Kings talk to you about the split of Jerusalem. All right, so you had the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom. The Southern Kingdom consisted of Judah, the tribes of Judah, the tribe of Levi, and the tribe of Benjamin, which what we would call today, for the most part, it would be your so-called American Negro, your Haitian or your Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So the darker, what you would call if you seen them today, you're like, that's a nigga. Those people, that's the Southern Kingdom. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I say Jew or Judite, I'm speaking of that Southern Kingdom, those so-called Negroes. So the Haitians and the Jamaicans and stuff like that. That's what
people was in the slave trade, pretty much.
Those transatlantic, the transatlantic.
The came from the transatlantic. Those would more so be the
because it was different slave trade. That's what the movie's talking about. It was different slave trades.
So you got the trade of 1492.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying. So the transatlantic was only coming to like the Americas, while there was other slave trades that was going to India, that was going to Asia, that were going to all these different places. But it was always the same people who were moved around.
Moving the pieces, yeah.
Because you got that, and that's all talked about in the curses. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. And if you look at verse 64, it say we will be scattered to all nations, you know what I'm saying, under heaven, and we'll be serving other gods which our fathers did not know of, wood and stone. You know what I'm saying? So now thinking about when they say you're gonna serve other gods which y'all has not known of, wood and stone, what's the first when you think of a religion that talks about wood all the time, what do you think of?
I'm not really a religious person. You got to answer it.
Christianity, the cross. Christianity, the cross. And then if you talk about the stone, right, that's the Kaaba stone. That's over in the eastern part of the world. No, that's Muslims. They literally march around this.
Oh, yeah, Mecca, when they,
you know what I'm saying? So now it would make sense via the prophecies why we are worshiping those are the two most prevalent false religions that we follow after. You know what I'm saying? Because that wasn't our power. That wasn't our God. You know what I'm saying? We just ended up following those because we were scattered to those places. And when you get scattered to those places and you get assimilated to those cultures, what you gonna do?
It's gonna happen.
These people behave. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do what these people do if they force you to assimilate, because they force motherfuckers to assimilate with a sword. You know what I'm saying?
More than a sword, folks. Way more than a sword, folks.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But so when I say sword, what you got to realize, like biblically, when you see the word sword, it don't necessarily mean like a literal "I'm gonna cut you" sword. It just means an instrument of war. So if I say sword, it could be a gun, it could be a nuke, it could be an actual sword. I could poke you with the motherfucker. It could be a lot
I was saying that in terms of like the level of gruesomeness that slavery was, that kind of gets crazy, glossed over.
They have no problem with gruesome behavior.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
but
they have no issue with it.
Especially when you talk about those issues and they people, that was their blessing according to the Bible. They was blessed with the fatness of the earth and the sword. So it makes sense why these niggas is the ones with all the guns. These niggas is the ones with the nukes. These niggas is the ones with the military, the military might between America and Russia. Shit, ain't nobody fucking with them as military. You know what I'm saying? You got the North Koreans and the Chinese that's close behind in terms of military might. You know what I'm saying? But Russia and America and they nuclear arsenal, shit, the buck stop with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I say all that to say, I know we just went on like a little tangent. Yeah, so talking about the who was sold, right? You got to understand how we even got to West Africa in the first place. It's because the Romans literally laid siege to Jerusalem on the year 70 AD. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much in that siege, niggas got killed or niggas fled to Africa. So they fled from like south down to the west. So we migrated. You know what I'm saying? So now what happens is you got the Jews, right? They live in West. They moved to West Africa. It's a fat ass group of people that just came to West Africa and was like, we gonna settle here, right? But at the same time, all we need is your land. Because all we need is your land. Because we got our own school system, we got our own educational system, we got our own religious system, we got our own way of doing business with each other. We got our own, like all of this, because it was in the law.
Infrastructure.
You said what?
I said they got the infrastructure.
Yeah, we got our own infrastructure because it was in the law, statutes, and commandments how to deal with all these things, right? So now you got these Hamites over here, or what we would call today Africans. We got them looking at us like, so you saying you want to live here, but all you need is my land? All that leave is room for you to take over because we don't need y'all here. Like, y'all really in the way. So they got into it and was like, you know what? Let's sell these niggas to that white man over there.
That's crazy.
And that's what happened to the Southern Kingdom. That's how we ended up in the transatlantic slave trade. But that, like I said, that was also prophesied in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, when they say, I will send you to Egypt again by ships. In the way which I speak of you, you will not see it again. You know what I'm saying?
So do you not think we are wild for going to somebody else's land and thinking that they was just going to break us off?
But you got to realize too, though, we was literally fleeing. Fleeing, bro. Like they was coming. It was literally the siege of Jerusalem. Like it was literally get down and lay down. You know what I'm saying? So imagine.
Yeah, so like refugees type shit.
Yeah, bro. We got to go. Because if we didn't leave over there, we was going to get smoked over there anyway. So we getting up out.
And that's tough because you pretty much see that in the Middle East to this day. Like,
to this day, that's what's going on.
It'd be a war here. People go refugees there. Then they start doing terrorism there. Then them people leave and they go here. And it just like rotates in a circle. And the white man just makes money off all that shit still to this day.
To this day.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what...
Our globalization talk to this day. They making bread off rebuilding that infrastructure to this day.
But at the same time, though, why do you think? Because it was other ages or it was other systems in power before the so-called white man got into power. You feel what I'm saying? But why do you think that they tell you that the start of civilization as we know it today started with the Greeks? Alexander.
See, that's what I was telling Josh last week because he was saying he believes believes the Bible, and I was saying why would they allow the Bible to survive this long in a way that empowers Black people purposely, if it wasn't on purpose to make you feel like you should wait for your blessing to come to you and pass.
But the thing is though, they didn't try to allow the true word of the Bible to last this long. Think about, all right. So you got Christianity, right? Who are the main ones. When somebody 9 times out of 10, if somebody thinks about Bible, they gonna think synonymous with
Christian Bible. Yeah.
Right. So why is it that the term that's synonymous with the Bible, the doctrine that they push, is total opposite of the Bible? They tell you that them white folks over there, or so-called white folks over there, them the people of the Most High, them the people of God, right? And then they tell you, all you niggas over here, y'all goyim, y'all Gentiles. And then once we put y'all into this captivity via the transatlantic slave trade, we gonna give you the Bible, but we gonna take out the book of Deuteronomy. We gonna take out all of these books that demand that says vengeance is gonna come for you, that you're gonna be redeemed. They taking all those books out. We gonna leave you with they gonna leave you with Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, where they tell you love your neighbor as you love yourself, right? Or bless thy enemies, but they're not gonna give you the book where they tell you bless the enemy that is your brother. Because I don't believe shit. Do you like every so-called Black man that you come across? No, but I'm not gonna just walk around beating niggas' ass because I don't like them. You feel what I'm saying? That's the enemy that we are said to love, but they don't want to give you those scriptures because you're going to put that one with this one and say, oh, that's what it's talking about. So they gave you this dumbed down version of the Bible, this dumbed down doctrine that said God loves everybody, but then they tell you, all right, we'll give you some more of the Bible, but don't read the Old Testament because it's clear as day who it's talking about. And don't read the part where it says, Jacob have I loved and Esau have I hated. Let's not read that part. Let's skip right over it because we're going to tell you that God is all love.
They was finessing them niggas, bro. That shit crazy.
It's a finesse. But now this is going into it, like to answer your question, the reason that it happened this way is because this is all biblical prophecy that had to come to pass. You know what I'm saying? It was said that we would discontinue from our heritage. You know what I'm saying? Like whether people believe it or not. Like I tell people all the time, like if I'm talking to somebody who doesn't necessarily believe in the scriptures, I tell them like, okay, let's. I'm not trying to flip your faith or nothing like that, but let's read the Bible like we read the novel. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna read Moby Dick and say it wasn't a big ass whale in the book Moby Dick. We're just gonna read it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? When you read the scripture, it talks about a group of people that would discontinue from their heritage because of what they've done in the past and getting repaid for their sins and so on and so forth, right? But it also talks about that group of people receiving a savior to bring them salvation and to reconcile them back with God. You see what I'm saying? Or with the Most High. So it's all of this had to happen because it's biblical prophecy. But they don't want you to understand biblical prophecy because once you start understanding biblical prophecy, one, you learn how full of shit they are. That's first and foremost. Because, hey, I just read in Revelation chapter 1 that it said Jesus was black and had hair like wool. Who the
they
fuck
be
is this?
skipping over that shit. They ignoring they ignoring the fuck out that shit. They never seen that.
So you go see that and be like, all right, so who is this that you got me a picture up of? You gonna read the part of the Bible that say, Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles. And then you gonna say, well, if the Gentiles is in Jerusalem, who is them niggas in Jerusalem right now? It can't be.
Who is them niggas over there?
Exactly,
them niggas over there.
It's gonna be like Samuel on the Django. Who was that nigga riding that horse? You know what I'm saying? So they have to push this bullshit doctrine because if all of the truth come out about the Bible, or if
this shit gonna collapse
in the truth of the Bible, they get smoked. But not just smoked by, and when I say smoked, I don't just mean by us as people, right? Because the scriptures tell you, we talking about I'm just saying biblical prophecy, what it say in the scripture. It tells you that when the children of Israel wake back up to their power, to their laws, statutes, and commandments, understand the truth of the Bible, their kingdom is at an end and they go into servitude now. So all the shit that we had to deal with, when we realize what the fuck is going on, now y'all got to deal with it, but not just y'all got to deal with it. You got to deal with it for 100-fold. So,
but this is my thing. I feel like over time we've seen that evil people don't face punishment for their actions for the majority. They live.
That's because we in the Gentile age.
So, according to the text, approximately how far out are we from it, or is it like it's a sign-based thing, or is it a time-based?
It's a sign-based thing. I can't tell you. Like the scripture tell you don't make no day on the hour. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he did give us signs and watch and tell us to watch the prophecies that was written in the book to understand the time that was at hand, right? So you see things. So a prime example of one that most people know about today, right? They tell you that at the end of the time that the river Euphrates is going to dry up in order to allow room or allow people to cross the Euphrates for Armageddon, the Third World War, the Third World War, right? We see the river Euphrates drying up daily, day by day, year by year. So, as a believer in the scriptures, you understand, this prophecy is going to pass. It's getting closer. You know what I'm saying?
See, and that's interesting because the when that dries up, that would be a sign of the drying up of resources in that area in general. That would lead to a war where you feel like you got to take somebody else's resources. So that is interesting to think about.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's how as believers, the true believers of the Most High Yahweh, that's how we look at everything. You know what I'm saying? That's how we look at it. We look at it as, that's happening. Well, okay. That means it's coming soon. You know, I've been talking about these RFID chips for the longest. The more they start implementing that shit,
I ain't gonna lie, I might get one of them bitches. I know you gonna look at me like this dumbass nigga. This dumbass.
That shit.
I'm gonna wait
that
a little bit.
You get that RFID chip, that shit come with a one-way ticket to a nuclear destruction.
That shit, they gonna fry me. They gonna turn your whole shit off from the chip.
It's gonna be over.
Your ass, you gonna walk in on your homie gonna be turned off.
That's what be fucking my head. Motherfuckers can say like the Bible not real or they changed it, this and that. It's like the shit is saying in there is literally happening right now. Like,
but I'm saying we could come to the historical analysis that the world is gonna reach a point of conflict based off of climate change that's happening, that's affecting supply chains and resources.
Yeah.
So I feel like both sides are valid, can be valid at the end of the day. So they're just different perspectives on the same issue.
In the book of Daniel, chapter 2, right? You got the king Nebuchadnezzar, who was the king of ancient Babylon. All right.
Nebuchadnezzar had the rawest name in the Bible. I ain't gonna lie.
he had a dream or a vision, right, about a statue, right, and the statue had 4 different parts. Daniel interpreted this statue for him, right, and he pretty much told him it's gonna be 4 kingdoms, and they're gonna rule for X amount of time, and then in the last kingdom it's gonna be this, and then it's at that time that's when the kingdom of God is gonna come and set up on the earth, and it'll never be broken again, right, and it won't be left to another people. Boom. This
is the U.S. the 4th empire?
Yes and no. I'm going to explain it in a second. Let me get that.
Okay.
So this was written in the time of the Babylonian Empire, the ancient Babylonian Empire. Okay. Now, in the ancient Babylonian Empire, that was the first kingdom. So then he said it's going to be another empire, which was the empire of the Persians and the Medes. That came to pass. We write books about it all the time. We watch movies about it all the time.
Shit, 300.
You feel what I'm saying?
The Persian Empire.
But they didn't have no words to say the Persians and the Medes because who was these niggas? If you go back, if you time travel back to when Daniel wrote this,
that is funny as hell.
Be the Persians and the Medes. You said
you back in that time. That's funny as hell. Like you back in that time, and like these random ass niggas just pull up on your shores, like on that. Bro. Like who the fuck are you?
You know what I'm saying? So that happened, and then the kingdom after that was going to be the Grecian Empire, right? Mm-hmm. Because they tell you that that kingdom is going to come like a leopard, like it's going to be real ferocious like a leopard. I don't know if y'all know, but Alexander the Great, the first over Greece, he was the first ruler of the Greece Empire. This nigga used to walk around with a leopard helmet. You know what I'm saying? Like he usually used to go take over niggas' man in a leopard helmet. Okay, so then after that, the 4th and final empire of this Gentile age was it was prophesied to be the Roman Empire, right? Now, the reason I said yes and no to your question is because within this Roman Empire, and this way you gotta go in the scriptures, you gotta go precept upon precept. Like niggas try to read the Bible like a regular book when the Bible is really a puzzle. Because contrary to popular belief, it's not for everybody to get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry to tell niggas.
A lot of motherfuckers is dumb, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's not meant for everybody to get it.
A lot of motherfuckers is on purpose dumb by the system.
So you put precept upon precept, it tell you that when you look at either Revelation, you can look at Revelation 13 or Revelation chapter 20, it talk about that last empire or that beast system, right? Which was, like I said, that was the Roman Empire. It was going to start with the Romans, but then it was going to trickle down to the bear. The bear was going to be the bear is Russia. That's why the Russians always talk about bears and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's literally like at the end of their national
synonymous,
enemy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But between that time when the Russians and the bear or whatever and that leopard, it started with the leopard again, Alexander the Great, and it's going to end with that belt. Which is why you see Russia ready to take over shit. Like that's why them niggas hot and heavy ready to go to war. But you got in between that, it was said that they was gonna go down for 1,000 years. They was gonna be cast into prison for 1,000 years.
Is a long ass time for.
But guess what though? It happened, and we know it today as the Dark Ages, when the Moors, which were Israelites, were ruling in Rome and Spain. So they literally were in power during the Byzantine Empire. Everybody can go look these terminologies up that I'm talking about. They was ruling in the Byzantine Empire for about 1,000 years. So then you had the pagan Roman Empire, the Byzantine era, and then you had the Holy Roman Empire, which we know today as the Roman Catholic Church. So then it says that once that 1,000 years is up, they're going to be loose for a little while. Like I just said, the Roman Catholic Church pops up and they run shit. But out of that little era right there, it was going to be a little horn that pops up, and a horn represents power. And he was going to rule for a short time. That horn that popped up out of the head of that beast system was America Babylon the Great. You feel what I'm saying? And this is why in our society today, in American culture, a lot of this shit comes from the Romans.
It's always been on white people, man. They've been trying to push themselves to the white people have been pushing themselves to the forefront since the beginning of time, folks.
That's what they do, though,
and that's what they doing now with Kyrie, folks. They using this to make a silent statement, but they kind of be proving his point at the same time.
And you know what killed me about the Kyrie shit? You know what killed me about the Kyrie shit is that they always get another black man to condemn him. Like every time you see somebody talking
that
about
LeBron shit was lame as hell, folks.
That was lame as hell.
That LeBron shit was lame as fuck. I ain't gonna lie.
He did that pulling down for that's tough. But I see.
What do y'all expect with a nigga with a bootleg tattoo on his chest?
You said a what on his tattoo? On his chest?
Bootleg tattoo on his chest.
Bootleg?
Yeah, Sigma Phi Phi is the first Black Greek letter organization. The shit, when you look up the word bootleg, it literally means the advisor to the king. So
he the advisor to the king, but
system. You said what?
This nigga, man, he a coon. He cooned out.
Yeah, he cooned out. All these niggas, bro. Shaq, Charles
Barkley, whatever that other random analyst, goof ass nigga on ESPN.
Bro, the funniest shit about this, like, it's a few things I've been saying. The funniest shit about this. This nigga Amari Stoudemire had been running around saying he was an Israelite for 2 years. Soon as this shit pop up,
that's the fucked up part of. That's the fucked up part about the time we live in is that Kyrie's name gets engagement, and these publications is getting paid off of engagement. So when they see, Kyrie anti-Semitism, those damn are two of the highest things you could talk about right now, and they're together. Yeah, we finna push this till this shit as far as it can go, and that's why you see a lot of fans. Yeah.
And that's what Kyrie was saying. Like, all you gonna do is take this and make a clip out of it, so you can get more engagement, so you can make some more bread. I already know the system, bro. I already know how it's going. I already know how it works.
And Kyrie don't even believe it. That's the funny part, G. That's the funny part to me about Kyrie.
You said he what?
He don't really even believe in the Bible.
Well, because he got them Native American roots, and they believe in. I don't know what they believe in, but I don't think it's even remotely tied to the Bible.
I mean,
since we own this Kyrie, so is this 100% facts that he has to apologize about the movie, make a $500,000 donation to anti-hate causes, sensitivity training, anti-Semitic training, meet with ADL Jewish leaders, and meet with Joe? I cannot pronounce his last name. Joe Tsai to demonstrate understanding. Is that all true?
What do you mean demonstrate understanding? Am I a fucking 12-year-old that said like a fucking cuss word in school, and now I gotta go talk to the
fact that they're making him go through this lens, I wouldn't even be mad if he said I'm retiring like right now, or asking for a trade right now, because this doesn't make sense. It's the fact that like, what did he do? I mean, when you had sent that YouTube of him like addressing a press conference, I wasn't really mad with what he was saying. He had some of them reporters shook because they couldn't answer him, bro.
Exactly, bro, and that's the kill. That is the ultimate gag right there, bro. Is that
if we want to play all this like
against black people, he has done nothing. He's only done something against whoever those people are. You see what I'm saying? But the kill is now they got other black people to turn against your own community, turn against one of your own for their ideals
over their brand, bro. Because
you see what I'm saying? So now you assimilate to their ideals. And that's the end of the point of what Kanye's saying. It's like, you feel me? If our community never turned against our own, it don't matter what they doing because we can support.
All right, here we go. Hey, Kyrie has done. He made Water in Pakistan village clean. Donated 200,000 burgers to NYC Food Bank, paid $1.5 million to WNBA players who opted out of contracts, and donated over $323,000 worth of food during the pandemic. I'm just like, I'm sure that the list continues to go on and on and on, but those are 4 legit, like, bullet points that he has done, and he says one thing, and he's not even condemning. He's not even saying, "Oh, I'm anti-Semitic." He's not, bro. Like, come on now, like, make it make sense. Like,
I don't
get it.
Up to what point of discourse are you allowed to encourage?
Bro, this the thing though. This the thing with Kyrie though. if he really could have showed how full of shit this system is, bro, because all he had to say was, well, these my religious beliefs, and you niggas is suspending me for my religious beliefs. And now it's a whole conversation
but even fuck that though, because if you look at it, like, what did Trump do all of his election and still to now? He's promoting hate left and right, but this nigga could go and be president.
He's white, bro. At the end of the day,
exactly. Like this anti-Semitic thing is I think that's the only way that they can figure, like, hey, this is how we can cancel black people for anything close to race.
Bro, but that's the thing though. So, IG, and this the crazy part, and to tie that back in, because all Kyrie kept saying is, well, you can't. He kept saying you can't cancel me if I'm Semitic, right? And they follow back. They blowback is, well, you're not Semitic, you're African American, you're African, which would go to him. And real quick to prove it, I'm trying to find it. So I got here, and I'm gonna put it in the camera. It's called the Zondervan's Compact Bible Dictionary. All right, I'm gonna read the definition of ham so y'all can see it. It's a Zondervan's Compact Bible Dictionary. Zondervan is one of like the most respected biblical
dictionary
publications out there, right? So reading the definition of ham, it's the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but of the dark races. But of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. So they literally tell you, okay, yeah, he was the progenitor of all of these what we call today African countries. But the Negroes don't fall into that. Them niggas over there in America that's dark skinned, they don't fit in there. So how?
This is perfect. Exactly what you just said. Because me and Josh was talking about this last week about how he was gonna look at the property in Zimbabwe, and I asked him like, would he feel at home there? And he was saying he felt like he might have community. But I was on the side of like, we didn't slid through so many different areas that it's like, how do you even know where your people is at? Like,
and you don't.
And I saw a tweet somebody had said like, Black Americans are really the only people that don't have a nation, which is why we get fucked with so much. Because per se, you fuck with some Italian Americans or some Indian Americans, and y'all steady fuck with them, their country is gonna have something to say about that. Versus us, it's like no, it's nothing to answer to. And they monetize our outrage. You said what?
And that's why it'd be funny to me, like, and that's why, like, I understand it, but at the same time, like, I feel like if people actually picked up the scriptures and read them for what they are, it advocates for everything that niggas have been saying that they want. Niggas been saying we want our own, right? Well, the Lord said when he come back and put all these nations into captivity and we rule them with a yoke of iron, we gonna get everything we want and more. You know what I'm saying?
Feel like this will be worth our life, within our lifetime, though?
I do. I speak as a man when I say that, but I do because all of the different prophecies I plan out right before our face. Like, we actually seeing the technology that can bring on the mark. You know what I'm saying? We see like this thing with Kyrie Irving, right? Another prophecy in the scriptures is the famine of the word, which means like you're just not gonna be hearing the words of the Lord no more. You're not gonna be hearing people read out the Bible publicly no more. You know what I'm saying? We see, like, even with this whole thing with Kyrie and Kanye, we see that coming into play. We see how they trying to finesse and finagle that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too many. That like it's 3 major prophecies that have yet to happen in terms of end time prophecies. You got the mark of the beast. You got the controversy of Zion, or Jacob's trouble, or what most people call it, the Great Tribulation, right? And then you have World War III. We literally see all of these different things playing out in front of our face. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I speak as a man, but I definitely feel like it's going to happen within our lifetime. That's not me putting a time or a date on it or nothing like that. But I feel like it'll be within our lifetime. I could be wrong, but I just see all the prophecies playing out. You know what I'm saying?
Do you want to have kids? If you don't mind me
I would love to. I would love to. But shit, if I could have my kids in the kingdom, that'd be even better. Because you got to think about what the kingdom is. The kingdom is a place ruled by righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Again, think about, you know how people always say how great Black Wall Street was, right? We had our own everything. Black people was flourishing, thriving, happy. The kingdom is going to be that times 1 billion, bro. Ruled in righteousness. And then even the best part about the kingdom is, per the new covenant, that people always try to get at everybody, but it only deals with the house of Israel. Per the new covenant, the law, statutes, and commandments will be put into our inward parts, which means we will never have to worry about going off again. We will be perfect. You know what I'm saying? So,
man, I hope, because I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of all this.
You know what I'm saying?
Struggle,
like, we literally gonna be able to
plight
live
and
perfect.
grief and shit, folks. Man, this shit heavy. Get all this motherfucker.
It won't be, and that's why the scriptures
die
also
every
tell you.
day.
That's why the scriptures also tell you when that new kingdom, when that new heaven and that new earth come, when that kingdom of Yasher Allah comes, that all of these other nations, they're gonna beat their swords into plowshares. They ain't gonna have no time to come try to fight us. They ain't gonna be working. You know what I'm saying? They gotta work. The same way they put us out there, hey nigga, go pick that cotton, go build that barn. You know what I'm saying? Go do X, Y, and Z.
They say Europe ain't got no energy right now.
It's nice. It's
Europe ain't got no gas.
The kingdom gonna be beautiful, G.
So speaking of that,
you
just brought something to my mind. You said family of the word. Y'all paying for the $8 for Twitter Blue?
Hell no. I just deleted Twitter.
I only have it for pod clips at this point.
You said what?
I said I only have it for the pod. What did you say?
Once you said, like what you said earlier about how much like fucked up shit you just wake up and see on social media, G. Like I'm in the process of deleting all my social medias. I don't want to. I did.
It's hard though, because like. Especially with Instagram, because you can see and speak to motherfuckers on such a rapid pace that it fit. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But I don't know. Like, you probably went through a phase where you was like, you probably did have times of loneliness. You're like, damn, I don't be talking to nobody, or like you just be by yourself.
I be chilling,
and
bro.
I feel like
half the shit I gotta say, niggas don't want to hit anyway. Niggas gonna try to get me fired from my job and shit. So I just prefer not to talk to niggas.
Get on Patreon, man. Get on Patreon.
All right, niggas ain't find where I work though. I will never put my job information on social media. Niggas still think I work.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't understand.
I just got a job in Houston at Apple, and I started on Blase. Like, motherfucker will smoke your whole shit.
You gonna have to search to find where I work, dog. I ain't telling you that shit.
Motherfucker going right on LinkedIn talking about search. I will go right on your LinkedIn.
I will go right on your LinkedIn.
My shit say Starbucks. It's gonna say I'm gonna be 2060.
This nigga talking like he a fucking MI6 agent with his shit. Oh no.
I don't even got a LinkedIn, to be honest with you. I say too much crazy shit.
I don't know. Like, my thing is, like, it depends. Like, that's why I really, like, for me, I really watch what I say on social media, dog. Because, like, yes, I'm trying to be in corporate type shit. So, yes, I got a LinkedIn presence. I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z.
That's the crazy part, G.
Oh, my God.
You gotta get in to get out, folks.
Bro. I be trying to watch what I say.
Hey, Josh, hold on, Art. Hey, Josh, I'm trying to create financial freedom, so shut the fuck up.
We're trying to free ourselves from this shackles of white servitude.
These shackles.
On some lighter shit, man. Y'all listen to Drake and 21?
Yeah, but I heard that bitch. You know I love that toxic shit.
I'm fucking with it.
I love that toxic shit, boy. I was like, hey, yo, shots, let's get it. Other than that bitch T, boy, I kid you not.
I fuck with it. That shit it's 7.5 out of 10 to me. I feel like I gotta listen Sometimes when I listen to Drake music more, I end up liking it more. I don't always like it off the first listen.
I agree, but honestly, off the first listen, I was bumping with it off the first listen. So I know after like the 20th listen or whatever the case is, I'm like, all right, I fuck with it still. I'm rocking with it. I love it. I love the toxicity. I love the shots that was going.
You don't like it, Josh?
No, I haven't. I'm just listening to y'all, bro.
You said.
No, I haven't. You know what I'm saying? Gave it a full review, so I can't say that. I'm just listening to y'all.
Oh boy, hey, here we go. All right, I fuck with Rich Flex off the rib on BS. I fuck with that off the rib. That got Side Boys. I fuck with that off the rib. Privileged rappers fucking with that. Treacherous Twins, Circle, Loco, Pussy and Millions, Broke Boys, Middle of the Ocean, Jumbotron shit, popping more M's, 3 a.m. in Glenwood. Those are like, all of those are in my playlist right now. I ain't gonna bullshit you. I'm rocking with all that shit.
I feel like some other music came out that I'm forgetting about.
Most likely. I don't know if you listen to like CEO Trail, like that nigga cold to me too. That nigga dropped some shit like last week.
I do.
And that shit cold as hell.
Hey, that nigga Smoke Dizzle dropped some shit. That shit was hard. Honestly, I ain't really have no skips for it. It's only like 20 minutes. It's like 8 records. That shit was decent as fuck though, the whole thing.
Herb hopped on a track called Big Brother. I don't know who dude ass, but it was a decent ass song though. Talking that shit on that one. I was like, all right, so say less.
I'm a peep.
I'm trying to think what my song of the week gonna be, bro. I've been listening to a lot of music.
I'm supposed to have a song of the week.
I went back to the throwback Playboy Cardi, his self-titled album. That shit was hard as hell.
His self-titled project from 2017. Playboy Cardi.
That shit. I mean, that bitch go roving, bro. I be liking music that have me reckless and traffic type shit, bro.
Oh, that's me speeding.
Hey, that shit funny as hell. Wait till I get the mods on the car. It's over with, boy. OVA. But shit, since we on the music, what do you have as your song of the week?
My song of the week is motherfucking hold on. Where my playlist at? Where is also by the way, we will be starting a podcast song of the week playlist for all the songs that we say at the end of this so that y'all can follow along and be able to find the music easily. I think my favorite is Middle of the Ocean off the Drake shit.
Yeah, that's my favorite shit, dog. I ain't gonna bullshit you. He talked his shit on that second half of the song. Like once he gets to like 2 minutes deep into the song,
he be talking that real like wealthy shit for real. Like he be disrespectful with it.
I'd be like, God damn, boy.
Arthur, what you been listening to?
I ain't really listened to no new music in a minute, G. But if I had to pick a song of the week, I'm gonna go with I say "Burial" by Peter Tosh.
I ain't never heard of that, but I'm Pete.
It is reggae.
That's a nice vibe. You was fucking with the Beyonce album?
Nah, Beyonce don't come on my spins. I ain't cat with you.
It don't come on my spins either. Josh said when he listened to it, that shit told him to turn it off.
Yeah, something inside something.
It told me to turn it off when she released it, when she announced it. I knew not to turn it on. I don't. It's certain people, G. For me, it's just certain people that I don't fuck with, like Beyonce, Uzi.
All right.
Yeah, I can't do Uzi.
Is it because of the devil shit with Uzi, or you just don't fuck with it?
Yeah, I can't do him either for real. Honestly, the devil shit throw me off.
It don't even be on that.
Like honestly, though, I'm one of them people. Like when niggas get to tweaking too hard, bro. Like I kind of just stray away with it. Cause I mean, I know for me early on, I realized how like I said earlier, how music affects me and get into my spirit. So I kind of just like, bro, y'all niggas know how much I love Kendrick, G. I ain't even been fucking with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers because his ass.
That shit traumatic. That whole album is like that is the antithesis of selling Black Trauma folk.
Yep.
The antithesis.
That nigga just big words. Spell that shit. Spell that shit.
He said he got a word of the week, nigga.
Yeah. I'm fucking.
That shit was traumatizing. Like that's it, man. Let's see. My song. I'm gonna go out of The new Smoke Dizza album, 10,000 Hours. The song is called "Wish Upon a Star" featuring Currency.
And I know
sounds hard.
Yeah, so that's just my vibe. That's just my vibe. You talking that money talk.
Wait, what's it? You said "Wish Upon a Star."
Current, and current featuring Currency. Play number 6 or something like that. The name of the album is 10,000 Hours.
Smoke. I found it right here. I'm adding this shit to the playlist as we speak. But Quay, you took my song of the week, so I'm gonna go back on Playboy Cardi shit. I'm going Magnolia. That shit high.
All right, well, shit. This episode is a Patreon only exclusive.
Yeah, because we giving it up.
So if you fuck with this, leave a comment. Nah, you gave us some good. You broke that shit down for real.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing to be mad about. You didn't insult nobody. You didn't even really talk about no white people for real. You told the story of five people.
Check out my YouTube.
What's your YouTube? What's your YouTube?
Yaradan Yahawada.
Hey, spell that out for the users, dog.
Yeah.
I'm finna spell it. Yaradan space YAHAWADAH. That's
that boy Arthur YouTube channel out here, boy.
This has been a great episode 40. Huh? Oh, what was you gonna say? What was you gonna say, Arthur? My bad.
No, I was gonna say I appreciate y'all for having me on this, John G.
Appreciate you coming on, big dog.
For sure.